UFC 314 coming up soon. This weekend from Miami, Florida. Opening bout is Nikita Krylov take on the man who beat John Jones, Dominick the Dominator Reyes. Starting off with Nikita Krylov from the Ukraine, but he got a mining family for his background. In his fights, he usually gets to finish, rarely goes to a decision. Sick back tattoo, by the way. Can we just talk about that for a second? Great addition, sick back tattoo. This man's got 16 submissions, 12 TKOs. He is a finish master. This guy rarely gets out of the first round. Back in 2023, beat Ryan Spann with a triangle choke in the first round. Wild fight, grappling wise. He got rocked early on. There was a wild exchange. Got wobbled a bit. He was in danger of having to be in Das choked by Ryan Spann, but eventually he took control, and there were some more wild scrambles. Got the finish. Before that, he fought Volkan Ozdemir, beat him with a decision. Before that, he beat Alexander Gustafsson. This is when Gus was out of his prime, and yeah, he got him with a knockdown early on. Started hunting the finish, non-stop pressure, hit him with a head kick, and then that knocked Gus down. But then in the end, he just managed to finish off with punches. But overall, he's a really good fighter. He likes to use his kicks in the fight, likes to keep his distance, and normally in the first 10 seconds of his fight, in the last few anyway, someone gets rocked, someone gets wobbled, whether it's him or his opponent. I've noticed that going forwards, that's where he does his best work. He doesn't really get a lot of shots off going backwards. He has phenomenal forward pressure, but he does get very wild on occasion. I do think he needs to just take his time more of his shots. He needs to just settle down a little bit because his chin is up in the air. He is open for counter strikes, which Reyes is really good at when being pressured. And he's only really lost to top opponents. Only suffered defeats against people like Ankalaev, Jan, Blachowicz, Glover, even Paul Craig, if you consider him to be a top opponent. He's not been very active recently, only. This is his first fight in 2 years, but with everything that's happening with the war in Ukraine, maybe that's had something to do with it. He's got more experience than Reyes in the cage, and he's really good at mixing in his strikes with his takedowns. He likes his front kicks, head kicks, body kicks. Very dynamic with his striking, and most of his fights don't usually go past the first round. And moving on to Reyes, the only man who properly beat John Jones, beat him by decision. And after he got robbed, after that he just went on a bad losing streak. Lost to Jan Blachowicz by KO, KO'd by Yuri Prohaska, spinning elbow, KO'd by Ryan Spann. And after watching his fights, he doesn't really have much of a wide arsenal. He's only really got a 1-2 and a rear kick. That's all I see from him. He throws the odd hook every now and again, but apart from that, he doesn't really have much else to offer. Beat Dustin Jacoby to start off his recent 2-fight win streak. He was getting pummeled, he was getting backed up, but hit him with the counter left, rocked Jacoby and got the finish. Really good moment to watch after seeing such a promising prospect absolutely get leveled in his latest fight, and then to come back with a win. That was super good to see. Last fight out, he beat Anthony on paper Smith. Everyone beats Smith, not that impressive, but anyway, Smith was going for a takedown. He landed lots of elbows and managed to get the finish in the end. Reyes has actually fought higher level competition, I'd say, than Krylov overall. I know Krylov does have that fight against Ankalaev and Jan Blachowicz, but Reyes, as of recently, fought Jan, Reyes fought John Jones, Reyes fought Yuri Prohaska. I think that stacks up better than what Krylov has fought. When Reyes gets pressured, he always has that counter left hand open for him. Great, he's got a great straight left, just down the pipe, beautiful. And he can stun people with that. He did against Dustin Jacoby in the Prohaska fight. He was winging that left hand out there, just trying to keep Prohaska off him constantly, and it was working to an extent. It was interrupting Prohaska's flow, sort of, until that spinning back over, obviously. But yeah, he's good with counters while being pressured. Overall, as a prediction, I'm saying Krylov by round 1 TKO. He's just more dynamic. He's got more variation in strikes. He's got a bit of power, and I think Reyes, after those knockouts against Span, Yan, and Yuri, I think his chin's been weakened, definitely. Krylov's got great submissions, like he showed against Span, the triangle choke. Very good submission specialist, always looking for the submission when he's on the ground to get the win. So I think Reyes could get subbed here. However, I do think as Krylov is coming in for a KO, I can see Reyes just catching him with something off guard, like a left hand, and then wobbling Krylov and finishing him there. That's a possibility. I think Krylov's better on the ground as well than Reyes. Although Reyes does have very good takedown defense, just like he showed against John Jones. John Jones couldn't get Reyes down for the most part, and when he did get Reyes down, Reyes was able to get back up onto his feet and continue fighting, and that's how he won rounds 1, 2, and 3, in my opinion, by keeping the fight on the feet and outstriking John Jones in rounds 1, 2, and 3. However, if the fight does go to the ground, if you can get Reyes down, he will hold him for the whole round, I think, until they get stood up by the referee. Because Krylov tends to not really put any work in on the bottom. He tends to just farm control time and just hold his opponents there on the ground. So, with all that being said, I am going for Nikita Krylov about the USSR, Mid-South Wrestling 1986. Nikita Krylov, round 1 TKO. I just think that Krylov, I think he's got more power, he's more dynamic. I don't think Reyes will see anything coming. Reyes, he just got a 1-2 and he's bought it in a rear leg kick. I'm sorry, he's not that dynamic. I think Krylov will be able to get it done with a TKO.